morning, guys. So I'm gonna do some freezer cooking, and I asked on the Facebook group and everyone thought that would be a great idea. The freezer in my kitchen, I have a small apartment size freezer in my kitchen, and that's what I use for my weekly food. I'll get the food out of the other freezer and move it there. But as you all know, we're moving, so I thought the next 3 weeks are going to be so incredibly crazy. It's going to be a lot of traveling, a lot of shifting of animals, just a lot going on, and packing, and just doctor's appointments. Cody has a surgery in February, the 19th, I think it is. It's just 8 days surgery, but still in all, I'll be gone from the farm the entire day. So I thought cooking up a few meals might be a good idea. Michael and I discussed it. He agreed, because Michael doesn't want to cook either. So I'm going to bring you guys over. I'm going to shift you guys over. I'm going to show you what we pulled. And we're going to be cooking for the next 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. So this is going to be challenging because I've packed a lot of my stuff away. So I'm going to be using some pretty obscure things to cook with, but I'm sure you'll get the point. I'm going to bring you guys over. Okay, let me get you guys all focused in here. Alright, so what I did was I just got out my big roaster. Okay, so here we go. So I have, I just put these chickens in here. They haven't been in here the whole time. And the pork, I just put all this in here. So this is a home-raised chicken. This is another home-raised chicken. So we're going to do some brining and use my rotisserie because I haven't packed that yet. This is venison here. Okay. These are just home-cut pork chops, some hamburger, some bear meat, some more venison, and a roast beef. And then there's going to be a couple other things off the cuff as well. So I'm going to get this separated again. I just put it in here to show you guys. Yeah, sometimes I hit the grocery store for ground beef because when I see it for 30% off and it's extra lean, we'll see. We'll see how extra lean really is. Because we're all out of our cow that we purchased. So you got to make do with what you got, right? So I'm going to get you guys all set up. We're going to start with a potato soup. I had a bunch of small... here guys, I'll spin you around again here. Don't mind me. There we go. I had a bunch of like sprouting potatoes in my potato bin, and I thought, well, I don't want to throw them away. So I cut them all up, and we're going to start with potato soup today. That's going to be our supper tonight, probably our lunch tomorrow. But I make potato soup completely different than what I've ever seen. So I'm going to bring you guys along for that. Also all this cooking as well, how I deal with our chickens and so on and so forth. I think it's going to be fun, and it's going to save me so much time, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Alright guys, I'm going to get set up for the potato soup, and I'll bring you right back. Alright guys, sorry, I need a sip of coffee today. Alright, so in here I just got a pat of butter. Okay, that part's pretty normal. Alright, sorry I had to grab a jar. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to sweat off some vegetables. This is, I think, one of Cody's favorite soups. He's been asking for it. And like we all know, Michael's not a big soup guy. But I've already packed my immersion blender, so we're going real old school with this soup today. And that's okay. So now, in here, I got some baby carrots I bought for lunches, a medium-sized onion and half of another onion, and some celery ribs. And I'm just going to add that in there. think every soup pretty much starts out like this, right? So I'm going to salt these to sweat them out. And of course some black pepper. Michael's at the barn today. Hopefully one of the last days. That'll be nice. So let me know in the comments, guys, when you do freezer cooking, if you do freezer cooking, what do you freezer cook? Because normally, if we were planning on moving earlier and it just didn't happen, so we were actually gonna move in October, but we got atrocious weather. Corn was still on. We couldn't get the corn on. Like, there was just so much going on, and so that didn't happen. So normally in October I start making like meat pies and lasagnas and things of that nature, and putting them in the freezer. And I'm telling you, freezer meals are like a God's gift from heaven, because if you're not feeling well, or say, you know, you have that day where you just don't want to cook, but takeout, it, you know, you just don't want to, say you're in your pajamas and you just don't want to get dressed and go to a restaurant or go get, takeout is getting so expensive. And I mean, when I owned restaurants, I like loved those people. But, you know, when you cook from scratch most of the time, right? You do use some, because I know I use some convenience stuff, but I love freezer meals. I love just being able to pull it out in the morning, or a bag to go in a crock pot and say, that's what we're doing, you know? So, as you can see in the bottom here, guys, I'm going to bring you in really close here for a second, then I'll shift you back. See all that water? That's from the salt, okay? So what that's doing is it's pulling all that moisture out of those vegetables and giving you a beautiful stock. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going to put you guys back. There we go. Alright. So now, I'm going to add the potatoes. Okay? So, 6 o'clock this morning. What are you doing? Me? Peeling potatoes. I get my best. I'm telling you, I am an energetic person first thing in the morning. Mid-afternoon, you can catch me on my couch having a snooze. I don't know what it is. I have more energy in the morning than I do at night. I mean, we're still working at night, but my energy level is a lot lower. A little more salt because you want to leach out some of the starch from the potatoes. Of course, a little more black pepper because it wouldn't be me if I didn't. I love cooking just home cooked food. I think it's so heartwarming. I'm going to take you guys over to the window here before I break from you guys for a few minutes. It is snowing like crazy. Hang on a sec, guys. Let me show you. My mess over here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is snowing. Oh, here comes my pig truck, guys. It is snowing like mad. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so now, and I'm sorry about the lighting, so now I'm going to add one jar I am going to pull a little bit of fat off this. Alright, so now I'm going to add 1 home canned chicken stock. Well, that was a mixture. That was like ham bones and all that good stuff. And then I cook my potatoes in this for many hours until they just break right down. Now I'm going to add a jar, another liter of water. Okay. And I'm going to bring that up to a boil, or a simmer, I guess I should say. I'm going to stop adding salt at this point. I want to see what the salt intake is, because with that stock I had put a ham. Oh, guys, so sorry. I had put a ham bone in there, and when I tasted the stock, it was fine. But I like to add 2, not have to try to get it away. And those potatoes will sop up so much salt. So this is my start of my potato soup. I've even been known to can this part with the chicken stock and just shove it up in a jar and throw it up on my shelf. And then when Cody wants potato soup, he just pulls, like, I don't immerse and blend the potatoes. It's like whole potatoes. At this point, I bring it up to heat, put it in a jar, and can it. And he would just add cream to it or milk, whatever we had. And that's how we would do it. Alright guys, I gotta go help with the pigs today. And I gotta do chicken chores. But we're not done yet. I got a couple more meals to go. So I'll be right back. Alright guys. So this is one of our home-raised chickens. Oh, hang on a second, guys. Ah, my hands are dirty. 1 second. Oh, never mind. He didn't knock. Okay, so this is one of our home-raised chickens. As it gets colder out, we always feed them a bit of corn. So that's what all that yellowing is. That's just fresh corn. And then this one's already brined. This is a smaller one. We weren't happy with the size, so we waited another three weeks, and we got that, and then we have larger than that as well. But we'll probably end up cutting this one up and rotisserieing this one. I have a list. Michael and I made a list. All right, so I'm going to get this in the bag, wash my hands for like the 90th time, and I got the brine made, and we'll talk about that in a sec. All right, guys, so now we're going to dump the brine. I'm going to get Cody to come and help me here for a second. I actually do have like bag holders, but this chicken's too big. So in the brine is like turmeric and onions and garlic and all that stuff. Salt, brown sugar. Sorry, Cody, getting it all over you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Red chili flakes, apple cider vinegar. They can't see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go. There we go. Bay leaves. I found some bay leaves. I got pretty excited about that. So now we're going to brine this for 24 hours. Cody's excited about his potato soup. He just crawled his butt out of bed. He loves his mother. He's going to go do chores for her.
Of course.
There we go. The other one's already brined, so I don't need to worry about that, but I probably got enough brine in here for 2, but that's okay. Chicken's always better brined, isn't it, Code?
Or barbecued.
And barbecued, absolutely. I might braise that snow. You never know. Alright, so I'm just going to dump this in. Make a mess like I normally do. And still got a bit of salt in the bottom. Is that cool? Yep. Stuck on there.
Brown sugar. That's when you know brown sugar's good. And
Just
it sits at
doesn't
the
melt.
bottom. Yep.
That's because your mother got impatient. I need a bigger house, Cody. Oh, I am. Okay.
Yeah, we're moving to one.
Yeah, I know. All right. Thanks, Cody. Can you pick up that jar on your way by? Hopefully I didn't break it.
Nope.
Well, that's good. Okay. Don't forget to wash your hands, please. In the bathroom is the antibacterial soap. So. All right, guys. So now, thank you, hon. I'm gonna back you guys up a bit. Here. So now, I'm just gonna take out as much air as I can here. Now this chicken is still partially frozen. Whoa! Apparently I need to tighten you. There we go. This chicken is still partially frozen. So, and now I'm just gonna, I like to make sure that core is good. Make sure my seal is good. That has happened to me before. These are dollar store bags, but they're the biggest ones I can find. And I'll move this around for the next couple days. At least 24 hours. People say you should only brine for like 24 hours. I've brined for up to a week with a turkey. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that is the best darn turkey ever. Alright. So that's the turmeric giving it that color. And I put some dry mustard in there. So, there we go. I'm going to pop this in the fridge. Let that brine. And we'll get going on the next thing. Alright guys. So, now we're going to do my dad's favorite casserole. This is, I'm making sure you guys can see. We don't even, it's almost like a, we never had things in our house like hamburger helper. That's what it's called. But as I got older, I realized we were just making the homemade version. And, well, this is one of my dad's favorites. You're going to hear my dogs. My son is walking dogs. And we can only do one at a time because they're so big. So, and you're going to hear a lot of noise in the background. But I'm sure you guys can understand that. It's really early in the morning here, so it's noisy. So, see? So, yeah. So on my induction burner, I got a pan. And I'm just going to cut up some onion here for it. And then these onions, I am telling you right now, are so strong. So I'm just going to cut these onions up. It feels so weird not to save like the ends off my carrots and the ends off my celery. It just feels so weird. I feel like I'm wasting. There we go. So that's done. I'm gonna pop that in here. And I'll move you guys over. Or I'll move this cutting board. I got out the big one today. Alright. This is a very simple recipe. But it's a frugal recipe. Do you want Malachi? You want Malachi? You're okay. You want Malachi? Want sugar and sugar?
Sugar and the propane sugar here.
Oh, okay. Huh, everything's here at once.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay, Cody. It's all good. It's all good. So, now, trying to get you guys. Everything is here at one time today. Sugar grain is here. Propane truck's here. Alright, so we got the onions going. And that's just some of my dehydrated garlic, which I gotta put in my tomato soup, my potato soup, because I forgot. There. Oh, these onions. Sorry guys, I gotta clean up as I go. It just drives me mental. Maybe. Okay guys, I gotta deal with the propane truck. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so this is softened now. I'm going to add and make a mess. So now I gotta sanitize everything. The hamburger meat. You guys ever have those days when you're cooking and you're going and you're doing your thing and it's like, I just put some vinegar on a towel. You know what I can't find in stores? White vinegar. Nowhere. I don't know what's going on with that. If you know, let me know. Again, I gotta go to the orchard and hopefully they're open and get some apple cider vinegar for my chickens. Alright, so now I'm just gonna brown this up. So simple and frugal, but this was like a complete staple in our house. This, my mom, now I know why I've always been heavy set my entire life. My mom was a double carber, but we had potatoes with every meal. We very rare ever had rice in our house. Very rare. If there's rice in the house, she was making some cabbage rolls or something, or stuffed peppers. Normally it would have been just this and then cream of mushroom soup, and that's it. My dad and I, we added the noodles. So my dad took over grocery shopping. We got some good stuff going on. My mom just wasn't raised like that. Okay, so we got that. And some homemade Worcestershire sauce going in. Sorry for the sniffles, guys. Cake seasoning. And my husband likes this with a little bit of heat. We're going to do that. Sorry about all the commotion this morning, guys. Normally I wait to do videos until everything is pretty quiet and laid back, but this is real life on this farm. It's chaos till at least 7 o'clock at night. Pure chaos. Okay. I'm going to put this away. Alright. Okay guys, when I get this all browned up, I'll bring you back. And then after we get this dish done, I'll show you the soup. Alright guys. So now we're going to add some noodles to this. Now I cooked these up this morning, so they're a little cold. That's okay. Good. Enough for my next one. What I did was I cooked up a 2-pound bag of macaroni. The one thing with noodles is if you're gonna set them out like I did, pull them out of the water about 5 to 6 minutes before you normally would, and they will continue to cook. Okay? That's how you get your perfect noodle. And don't run water on them. Please don't run water on them. As you can see with the heat from the pan, they will unstick themselves. You want that starch in your, you know, if you're adding like a spaghetti sauce or something to it, that's what sticks. That's what your spaghetti sauce sticks to, is the starch on those noodles. And if you rinse them or put oil on them to stop them from sticking, it will not adhere to the noodle as well. Okay. I'm going to turn this induction burner down just a tad. And just give the noodles a minute. They will. The other thing I always do, and that is take a cup of the starchy water, and I always have that with me. And that will release the noodle as well. When I make my pasta salad, I always add a little bit of starchy water in. Okay, so that's good. So now I'm just going to add my 2 cans of good old-fashioned cream of mushroom soup. Cody will not eat this. That's okay. There's always a leftover in the fridge for him, or I end up making him something completely different. He's actually allergic to mushrooms. So, all right. So, that's all cleaned out. And this is where your starchy water kind of comes into effect a little bit. So you're just going to pour a little bit of that in there. And we're just going to mix. And that's it. And then I'm going to put it in some tin foil containers. Put it in my fridge freezer, because that's the only freezer I have available to me now. Then when I bake this, I'll add like parsley and that kind of thing to it. My mom used to do some pretty amazing things with hamburger. We ate a lot of hamburger as kids, because back then it was cheaper than chicken, which is just crazy if you think about it now. Because when Grandma stopped raising cattle, well, she stopped raising animals, period. She got older. And it was just her out at the farm. We all had to go to grocery store food. My dad did a lot of hunting and things like that, but it doesn't look like much, but it is tasty, guys. It is so tasty. This is like another home in a pot kind of thing. I am going to loosen it up a little bit more. A little more of that starchy water. There we go. Now it's not fully cooked all the way through with the soup or whatever, but that's okay because it's going to go sit in the fridge. Or in the freezer, sorry. Excuse me. And it's going to sit in there and chill out for a few days till we want it. Alright. I hope you guys are enjoying these. This is just easy food, tasty. You know, we eat, and then we'll eat some boiled potatoes with this and some vegetables, because that's just how Mom did it, you know. And there we go. Easy, easy. All right. Okay. So I'm going to show you the soup here. Let me see if I can move this. There's a spot here. I don't have a whole lot of counter space, so. My dog is patiently waiting for Cody to get out of the bathroom. Not so patient. Let's just say that. Oh, I'll show you this big pot of soup. Alright. So this is going to cook for at least... let me lift you guys up before you fog up. Oop, there we go. At least another hour. And just let it cook and cook. The potatoes are absorbing that chicken stock. If you guys didn't see this video, I'll link it in the description box. And the potatoes are cooked, but I want them to completely fall apart. Here we go. Alright. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Alright, guys. I'll bring you back and we'll do one more. Alright, guys. So now we have our small roasting chicken. Okay. Where did I put my paper towel? There it is. So now I'm just going to dry it off. Okay. Really well. And I've just decided I'm going to put this in the oven. Okay. Keep my one hand free and clear here, because I forgot to go in my drawer and get something. Garbage. Alright. So now we have our sweet heat mustard here. I will probably use the whole entire thing, so I'm not worried about my hands. But so now I'm just gonna put this on like so. I'm gonna put it inside as well. Okay, just going to smear that on. Like so. Super simple. And then I'm going to shove this away. Put this in here, like so. I had a cockeyed chicken here. So what the canning lids do is it just kind of holds the chicken up, like so. Wash my hands. So now I'm going to put a little bit of water in the bottom. Not much though, because I want to roast my chicken, not steam my chicken. Just want a little bit in there, like so. Just gonna pop that one. I got my oven on 350. It'll sit in there and chill out. then I have a roast beef. I put a little bit of water in there. Super simple, guys. Some onion soup mix on top, and I'm gonna call it done. Throw this in the oven, and I'm gonna let that go for about a couple hours, and then I'll bring you guys back when I finish up the soup, take out the chicken, take out the roast beef. I'll show you. And then this is the casserole we made as well. Okay? So, I have to go do a whole bunch of things now. So, I'm just going to let that soup kind of simmer. And I'll bring you guys back when I'm all done that part. Alright guys, let's finish up this soup. Immersion blender would be a lot easier, but I kind of blew it up during canning season. So when I was doing all those tomatoes, so it's just going to be a little chunkier than normal, and that's okay. Alright, Cody is so excited for this soup. Okay. Well, just gonna mash it up the best I can. So it's like 2 o'clock now. We made this soup at like 7-ish, so it's been on the stove all day, just brewing away here. And then we'll taste it. Then I'll show you the chicken. So it's probably going to be a really long video, guys, but I'll film tomorrow as well. And then we'll start putting some more meals together. Okay. So, that's good enough for me. It's all good. Just gonna stir it a little bit. If I find some bigger chunks, I'll go in there again. Okay. So now I'm just gonna kind of turn it, oops, down a little bit. Because now we got to temper. Okay. So this is just a can of evaporated milk. So I'm just going to temper my milk so it doesn't curdle going in there. And I took out the bay leaves already. Gently going to stir this. My evaporated milk was at room temperature, so yep. Let's move this here so you can see. The reason for the tempering is it will curdle. I'm gonna move you guys up a little bit. There we go. So now I'm just gonna add this in gently on the side and gently stir. Might not need any cream. I do have my cream out just in case. Look at that. That looks really good to me. Move you guys a little bit. There we go. And of course it needs a bit of black pepper, I'm thinking. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to taste it. That is so good. I think it needs a tad bit of salt. We really didn't salt it. Try that again. Yeah, much better. So, no one's ready to eat yet, but I wanted to get this video uploaded for you guys. So I'm just going to let this sit here and simmer. So we just put it in a bowl, put a little bit of cheese on top, throw some bacon on, and we call that dinner. Okay? So I'm going to shut this off. I'll move back to my stove and then I'll show you the chicken. Oh. It's just kicking on low over there. Sorry guys. Oops. That's my kettle. Move that. Check out this chicken. Look at that. Delicious. Alright, so there's the chicken. There's the roast beef in the bag. And I'm going to put these away once they've cooled enough. So if you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys probably tomorrow with some more freezer meals. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Bye.